If you're selling templates on Etsy right now, I need you to hear something. Etsy, Amazon, and marketplaces like it are killing your business. They're charging you huge fees. You're giving away 30 to 40% of your revenue. You don't own your customer list, and you have zero ability to sell that buyer anything after they purchase your product. Now, I'm not saying marketplaces like Etsy and Amazon are useless. I'm saying that them as a starting point is a big mistake. And while most people think it's powering their business forward, it's actually keeping you stuck in neutral. Hi, my name is Scott Moran. I'm the co-founder here at SamCart, the #1 e-commerce platform for digital product sellers. And collectively, our customers have sold more than $7 billion of their own courses and services and coaching and downloads and workshops and more through our platform. This year, more than 800 businesses will sell 7 figures or more of their own stuff through their SamCart accounts. And almost none of those million-dollar businesses rely on big marketplaces like Etsy or Amazon to grow. In fact, you wouldn't catch any of them dead pushing their sales over to Etsy or Amazon storefronts because they all follow the same simple model. You start by selling something inexpensive, you own the customer, and then you make your money by selling them more valuable stuff during checkout and in the weeks and months after you acquire them as a customer. Let me show you exactly what that looks like and break that down. So first, let's talk about what gets sold on Etsy. In general, people think you can go and spin up some cheap little template, slap it on an Etsy marketplace for $5 to $10, and start pulling in passive income. Number one, templates rule. They cost nothing to make. You're packaging expertise that you already have into a form someone else can use and get a win from in a short period of time. A project manager can build their ideal Notion workspace and sell it as a template. A designer can create a brand kit in Canva and sell it as a template. No filming, no course production, no software development, zero cost of goods sold. Number two, demand is already there. People are actively searching for templates in these places because they want a shortcut. They don't want to build their own Notion system from scratch. They don't want to design Instagram posts from a blank canvas. They want a finished framework. That purchase intent makes selling templates in these places one of the highest converting digital product types that we see. But here's the part about Etsy that most people miss. Templates are not the business. Templates are a first date. A $10 template gets someone to pull out their credit card and trust you with their money. And that's the hardest part of any business. Real businesses, like the ones that we study every day here at SamCart, understand that once you have a customer, the real money is made in turning around and selling them a $39 bundle of templates, a $297 course, a $1,000 a year community. SamCart's data even backs this up. It shows that in every single niche that our sellers are in, they all start with inexpensive first date type products. Then they move people up the ladder and sell more expensive stuff to make their money. But if you're selling on Etsy, Amazon, or some other big marketplace, you're completely whiffing on the entire reason that real businesses sell cheap templates in the first place. Because even when someone searches for your idea on Etsy or Amazon, sees your template, places an order, you don't own the customer. You don't get their name. You don't get their email address, their phone number, nothing. You can't offer them additional stuff when they buy, which leaves thousands or tens of thousands of dollars more accurately on the table. Those platforms have built-in traffic. People are already searching for things there, which is great. So you might put something up there, you might get a few sales, and it feels like progress. But because you don't own the customer moving forward, you are not building your business, you're building Etsy's. On Etsy, when someone buys your template, the transaction is done. You can't offer them a bundle upgrade. You can't show them a one-click upsell to get on a consultation call with you. They bought one thing, that is all you get. But when you have your own page, like if you sell on SamCart, that $10 template buyer can see an order bump, add in a bundle, get an upsell after the purchase, and buy more things. Same person, same traffic, 2 to 3 times the revenue. Problem number two, and this one no one talks about, is that marketplaces are actively promoting your competition while your customer is buying your stuff. Go look at any Etsy listing, and right there on your page, underneath your product, Etsy is showing similar items. And of course, Amazon does the same thing. They don't care if your customers buy from you or your competitor. They just want someone to go spend more money on their platform. So while you're paying them a commission, they're using your product to sell more stuff from your competition, and you'll never see a dime of it. The $1 million sellers on SamCart figured this one out a long time ago. They know how important it is to have their own sales, their own channels. They own their customer data. They control what their buyer sees before, during, and after buying. And that's not a small detail. That's the whole game. Marketplaces like Etsy take huge chunks of your sales just for the pleasure of listing your product for sale. And the fees they charge on the actual sales themselves, it's not even your biggest problem. Let's say you have a Canva social media template pack. That's $10. That's the front end product, the first date. It's an easy yes, it's low risk, and gets someone to trust you with their credit card. Well, before they finish checking out, you can add an order bump to upgrade to the template mega bundle for $29 more. It sits right on your checkout page. It's one checkbox. And all of a sudden, your $10 average order value just became $20 average across all your buyers. Then, after they complete that purchase, you can show them a one-click upsell or two. Like, get my full template vault, plus I'll add some more to it every single month, and it's just $97 extra. Their payment info is already saved on file, so buying is one click, and that $20 average order value is probably doubled to at least $40. So what started as a $10 template sale is now generating $40 or $50 on average across all customers. Same traffic, same ad spend, completely different business. And you own all those customers. So the next time you roll out a new workshop or a service or a course, you've got hundreds of customers who are ready to buy again. Etsy cannot do this. Amazon cannot do this. When you sell on a marketplace, the transaction is over after that very first sale. When you own your own checkout, that's just the beginning. And there's something even more valuable than the extra revenue per sale. And it's the thing that marketplace sellers can never build. It is that customer list. So when someone buys on Etsy, who gets the email address? Etsy does. You get a sale notification and a payout of a couple bucks, but that's it. You can't email that person next month. You can't launch a new product to your buyer list. You're starting from zero with every single launch. But of course, the opposite is true when you own your own page. You own everything. You get their email, you get their full purchase history, you get their credit card on file, you get all the data, and nobody can take that from you. And here's why that matters. We have a stat from SamCart's database. Only 12% of customers become repeat customers. Now that kind of sounds small, but that 12% little tiny cohort generates 44% of all the revenue that flows through SamCart. So almost half the money comes from people who have bought before. If you build a list of 1,000 template buyers this year, 120 of them are gonna come back and buy again. But that small group of 120 people will double your total sales. On Etsy, you sell 1,000 templates, you never build an email list. Every sale is a stranger. On your own platform, every sale is the beginning of a relationship that compounds and pays you out again and again over time. So once you have that customer list, here's the smartest thing that template sellers do. They build a product ladder. Inexpensive templates are the first date, but they aren't where SamCart's $1 million businesses make their money. It starts with a $10 template. That's your customer acquisition product. Zero cost of goods, pure margin, low barrier. But the only job of this product is to get a buyer. Next, you offer them that $39 template bundle. 3 to 10 related templates packaged together. This is your order bump or your next offer. The buyer already trusts you. Going from $10 to $39 is kind of a nice, easy step up. Then you could upsell a $300 course or a workshop where customers can come and learn directly from you. The people buying your templates want to learn how you built them, how you think about systems, how you design your workflows. Your template buyers are the warmest possible audience for this. And then you can go to $1,000 a year community, membership, service, anything. Ongoing access to you, ongoing access to new templates every month, to a group of people building the same kind of stuff. This is where your revenue becomes recurring and predictable. And that's the full ladder. A customer enters at $10 and over the next few months moves up to $39, $300, $1,000 for a membership, and your best customer has just spent $1,300 or more with you. All that started from selling a $10 template, but only if you ditch Etsy and Amazon and marketplaces altogether. If you sold those things on Etsy, that's one email notification and a few bucks in your bank account, and nothing else happens. This isn't theory. This is the exact model that SamCart's $1 million sellers follow every single day. Start inexpensive, own the customer, and move them up the ladder during checkout and in the weeks and months. The sellers doing 7 figures aren't selling one expensive thing and praying. They're acquiring customers cheaply and growing by building lifetime value. Now, I'm not telling you to go delete your Etsy shop tomorrow. Marketplaces are great for discovery. They have traffic, people are browsing. You can keep that going. But every piece of traffic you control should point to somewhere you own. Your ads should point to your own sales page. Your link in bio, point to your own sales page. Your social media content, your own page. Anywhere you have a choice about where to send someone, you should send someone to where you own the customer list when someone buys. We actually have a company on SamCart that's in the pet space, and they have one of the highest grossing, most popular Etsy products in their entire niche, crushing it on Etsy. And even they send traffic back to checkouts and properties they own when they have the choice. Whenever they have control over where a buyer goes, they sell through SamCart because they understand that Etsy is not building their business. Etsy is building Etsy's business. Use marketplaces as a discovery channel and you own everything else. So here's the move. If you're selling templates right now or you want to start, build your own sales funnel. Add an order bump, add an upsell, start building a customer list from day one. Follow the model that every single $1 million seller on SamCart already follows. Start inexpensive, own the customer, and then move them up the ladder. SamCart's AI will build that sales page for you if you want. You describe your template product and it's going to write the copy, design the page, and set up the checkout. It's trained on $7 billion of real transaction data, so it knows what converts. If you want to test it out, link is in the description. You can try it completely for free. And if this video was useful, go ahead and subscribe. Next video, I'm breaking down the exact strategies about increasing your revenue per sale without getting a single extra visitor. It's going to be a banger. Check it out.